The sport just witnessed a stunning transfer that defies expectations. As confirmed by Aston Martin MF1, Jenson Button has officially severed ties with Williams to join their biggest rival. Time confirms it is February 3, 2026, and the F1 paddock is reeling from an announcement reported by motorsport.com less than 24 hours ago. After 5 years as the face of Williams Racing, a tenure originally documented by Williams F1, Jenson Button has packed his bags. The 2009 world champion has signed a multi-year deal with Aston Martin Aramco, stepping into a major new role just as the 2026 season kicks off. This goes beyond a simple job swap because it is a calculated, strategic move by Lawrence Stroll and his team to consolidate power as the sport enters its new regulatory period. For the last 5 years, Button served as senior advisor at Williams, where he started his career back in 2000. He was their link to the past, a mentor to drivers like Alex Albon, and a massive commercial asset. But that chapter is now closed. Button was spotted at Silverstone this morning, wearing Aston Martin green next to the new AMR 26. The timing is precise, and the motivation is clear. Although Williams tries to present this as a natural conclusion, insiders know this is a massive blow to their brand identity. Aston Martin has acquired a piece of F1 royalty to front their charge toward the championship. Understanding this move requires looking at the engine in the back of the new Aston Martin. As noted by Racing News 365, 2026 marks the return of Honda as a full factory supplier, and Sportsmint Media reports they have chosen Aston Martin as their exclusive partner. Jenson Button delivered Honda's only victory as a full constructor in the 2000s and spent 6 seasons with the Japanese manufacturer between 2003 and 2008. He secured their first victory of the modern era at the 2006 Hungarian Grand Prix, and later won the Super GT Championship in a Honda NSX. The connection runs deep, so Honda wanted a familiar face to represent their new chapter. Rather than Aston Martin simply poaching a rival, this was Honda calling an old friend home. The deal cements the manufacturer's influence within the Silverstone team and proves the Aston Martin Honda project combines history with future goals. The lure of reuniting with the brand that powered his first win was likely the deciding factor that Williams could not compete with. This move triggers one of the most fascinating reunions in the sport, as Jenson Button and Fernando Alonso are back in the same team colors. The last time these two legends worked together was at McLaren in 2015 and 2016, during the difficult early days of the previous Honda project. Back then, they were pushing a car that could barely finish a race, but the dynamic is now completely different. Alonso is the lead driver, hunting for a third title, and Button is the ambassador, tasked with handling the media storm. Their relationship has always been one of mutual respect, although observing their new interaction will be fascinating. Alonso is the intense competitor on track, while Button takes on the relaxed, corporate-facing role off it. In his first statement yesterday, Button specifically mentioned his excitement about working with Honda again. This duo brings a combined experience of over 700 Grand Prix starts to one garage, creating a marketing dream for Aston Martin, with 2 world champions selling their vision. If this breakdown of the 2026 F1 reshuffle is interesting, please subscribe and hit the notification bell right now to catch every breaking story from the paddock. Next, we examine the other major name involved in this super team. Lawrence Stroll has effectively built the Galacticos of Formula One, given the roster Aston Martin has assembled for 2026. They have Adrian Newey designing the car, Honda supplying the works power unit, Fernando Alonso in the cockpit, and now Jenson Button as the global face of the operation. This powerhouse organization is designed to dominate every headline. Bringing Button in adds a layer of soft power that the team arguably lacked, because he can handle the partners and press, while Newey focuses on aerodynamics and Alonso works on lap times. He takes the pressure off the race team, in a role similar to Niki Lauda at Mercedes or Helmut Marko at Red Bull, though probably less political and more commercial. Stroll proves he will pay whatever is necessary to get the best personnel in every position, signaling that Aston Martin is the main event. Williams Racing has lost a massive part of its identity with this deal. When Jenson Button returned to Grove in 2021 as a senior advisor, it was a major homecoming event for the driver they debuted in 2000. His presence attracted sponsors and gave the team credibility during their rebuilding phase under Doralton Capital. Losing him to a direct midfield rival hurts, because it suggests that Williams still cannot match the financial or sentimental pull of a manufacturer giant like Aston Martin Honda. The team released a polite statement thanking Jenson for his service, but the subtext implies they are no longer the destination for their own legends. Although Williams has a strong lineup on track with Alex Albon and Carlos Sainz, they have lost their most marketable figurehead off track, leaving a void in their PR strategy that will be difficult to fill. This announcement also confirms another major career milestone for Button, because he is done with professional racing. After leaving F1 in 2017, he continued winning in Super GT, raced in NASCAR, and spent the last 2 years competing in the World Endurance Championship with Jota. However, his full-time driving days are officially over at 46 years old. The Aston Martin press release mentions nothing about him driving the Valkyrie hypercar or testing the F1 car, so his role is strictly non-driving. Button admitted in an interview late last year that the travel and commitment for WEC were taking a toll. Taking this ambassador role allows him to stay in the paddock and keep his profile high while sleeping in his own bed more often. He trades the crash helmet for a microphone in a graceful exit from the cockpit, transitioning into the elder statesman role that many champions eventually embrace. The expectations for Jenson in the team ambassador role are high, despite the vague title. Aston Martin is launching a global push on the market, with their road cars and their F1 team. Button will shake hands at car launches in Tokyo, host VIPs in the Paddock Club, and conduct the post-race interviews that the drivers are too exhausted to handle. He brings a rare level of charm and media savvy to humanize the corporate machine. Aston Martin is trying to sell luxury supercars to the world, so having a James Bond-esque British world champion as a spokesman is good business. He also acts as a button for Lawrence Stroll and Fernando Alonso, since he can step in with a smile and deflect the heat when the media asks tough questions. This strategic layer of PR defense helps top teams protect their drivers from burnout. The online reaction has been a mix of shock and nostalgia, with Button to Aston trending within minutes of the announcement. Fans are particularly focused on the Team Silverstone angle, because Button, Alonso, Newey, and Honda all under one roof feels like a fan fiction timeline coming true. There is also considerable sympathy for Williams. Many supporters felt Jenson would be a Williams man for life, so seeing him switch colors feels like a betrayal to the purists? Pragmatic fans understand the move, because the Honda link is too strong to ignore. Social media is already flooded with edits of Button in the new green kit, and throwbacks to his white and red Honda days. The general opinion is that Aston Martin is building something formidable for 2026 by collecting icons rather than just signing staff. Even for the neutral fan, seeing Button back in the mix with a top team adds another layer of excitement to the upcoming season. This move signals a shift in the hierarchy of Formula One influence, since Aston Martin is behaving like a legacy giant rather than an underdog. Securing Jenson Button allows them to control the narrative for the start of the 2026 season, and proves the Honda partnership is the central pillar of their future. This team formation aims to win on Sunday and sell cars on Monday, using every tool available. Williams receives a wake-up call that nostalgia does not pay the bills, meaning they need new ways to stay relevant in a market where rivals spend billions. Observers should watch the Aston Martin garage as the first race approaches. Alonso will be in the car, Newey on the pit wall, and Button in front of the cameras. This three-pronged strategy aims to intimidate the competition before the lights go out, and Aston Martin has fired the first shot in the 2026 Mega Alliance battle. Jenson Button has traded his Williams heritage for an Aston Martin future, altering the look of the paddock. This bold play reunites old friends and sets the stage for a major year. Please subscribe to keep up with how this super team performs. Thanks for watching.